Welcome to Talkaoke. If you don't know what Talkaoke is, it's very simple. It's just about talking to this microphone. Come and sit down. Come and get involved. Come and have a seat. Finish your cigarette and come over. We want to know what you think. We've got some familiar faces around the table. We've got some new faces. The way this works is kind of up to you to decide what you want to talk about. So let's maybe start off over here. What's your name?
Jarell
and
Dana.
I'm Josh.
Josh, welcome.
Charlie.
And
Caroline.
And we'll put the call out again. If anyone wants to come and sit down and get involved, if you want to come and have a seat on the table of chat, you're very welcome to. Everyone's welcome. And that's what it's all about. And interestingly, a lot of the chat today has been about welcoming people and that kind of sense of friendliness, helping, and all that kind of stuff. Rick, do you mind if we go through the ideas from the very beginning, just so for those people? Come and get involved if you want to. We're just starting up the final session here at Talkaoke. So let's just maybe just go through some of the themes we've got so far. So the first thing we were talking about, Britishness. Is Luton British enough? What does actually Britishness mean in 2017? This was one idea. Then we had this idea of traditional or modern, and then we moved on to talking about this idea of safety and trust. And come and get involved in this. This is Talkaoke. We're just starting the final session. We have got Caroline, we have got Charlie, we have got Josh, Dana and Jarell and Mikey, and we're going to be starting this up. Come and have a seat. Don't be shy. This is not hard, is it?
It definitely isn't.
It isn't hard. So come and have a seat. I take it, is it your birthday today? Happy birthday. Maybe come and talk about it. So then we talked about trust, then we talked about safety. Then we had a brief detour into the question of modern slavery. Is the person washing your car doing so against their will? And how could you know? In this case it's easy. Or I don't know how they're going to get around to the back of the car. Let's move on to then we talked about London being attached. Is it some kind of borough or suburb of Luton? Has it got its own identity? Then we talked about addicted to Luton. So you'd be surprised how many people in Luton are actually addicted to Luton, and that's the way they talk about it. Then we talked about Luton on the up. Is Luton on the up or is it on the down? It's been, some people have said up, some people have said down. Then we talked about loving your dog and animals being a route to more kindness and friendliness in the community. Then we talked about the spectre of crime in Luton. Then we talked about dinosaurs and Luton's prehistoric past. Is that something we need to celebrate a bit more? And then we talked about Luton as an international jet-setting location. People come with their private jets and park themselves in Luton and go, I guess, shopping, I suppose, that this person's doing. Then we talked about, is this safety in Luton? Feeling safe in Luton? Or feeling inner safe in Luton? Then we talked about, is that it? We talked about the Luton Chip Festival, Chip and Crisp Festival, and we didn't really get, and it could also be a curry festival. That's where come and get involved in this. If you've got any views, you're very welcome. So that's where we are. What are we going to talk about in this final session? Josh, you're kind of new to this. Have you got any of those images struck a chord with you?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of sums up a lot of the things people like to talk about Luton. Yeah. I don't know if they necessarily always reflect the reality of Luton. I think having lived in loads of different countries like France, Switzerland, India, Mozambique, I find Luton one of the most exciting, vibrant places, and that actually the questions around things like safety, as I'm still looking at the safe, actually don't really reflect the reality of the place I live.
Yeah, I mean, what do people think? Do you think safety is a big issue in Luton? Is it something? I mean, a lot of people have said this, to be honest, Josh, that it's more of a perception than a reality. But does that matter if people think they're unsafe, even if they are safe? I mean, what? I mean, Daryl, Jarrell, have you got any?
I don't really have that many opinions on.
Do you feel safe in Luton?
If I feel safe in Luton, not so personally, that picture's actually rather funny.
You like, well, this one here, you like this one, yeah. I mean, do you think it's a bit like that people kind of get over protective of themselves in Luton? They don't need to worry about it that much. Come and have a seat, come and get involved. All of you, come and have a seat. We have got, sit around there, can all sit together. So we've got Caroline, we've got Charlie, we've got Josh, we've got Dana, we've got Jarrell, I'm Mikey. Let's get some names quickly. What's your name?
Fahim.
And
Abdul Haq.
And
Hamza.
And Hamza, welcome. And when we're talking about like this idea of safety in Luton, and the idea of safety seems to be important for people in Luton. Even though the people around the table feel safe, it's more like the idea, oh, am I really safe? Seems to be important for them. That's what we're talking about at the moment. Jarrell, you're not that bothered about it. You don't think it's a big issue, do you?
I mean, not too big.
Yeah.
I've only had really one or two close calls when it came to crossing the roads to get to my school.
So it's a bit.
But I mean, that was actually caused because I was just my own somewhat incompetence.
Right. Okay. So that's more road safety. Any thoughts on this side? Do you feel safe? Yeah.
It's the same thing as he said, really.
Yeah.
We just put idiots and incompetent fools on the road. It's just exasperating. I nearly got run over at our school prom.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So road safety, maybe the question of safety on the roads is an issue. Is there a way to deal with this? What's the way to stop this, do you think?
Well, we just put more police on the road, and if someone gets caught out, put them back in driving school, puts a few more points on their licence.
Okay. Do these things help? Do you think it works?
Yeah.
Okay. What do other people think? Are you worried about safety? Josh, are you worried about safety on the roads?
No, I'm not really worried about safety. I mean, the worst thing that's happened to me is I was drive-by potatoed once. Where
what does that mean?
Someone drove by and threw a potato at me, which I thought was a fairly unique way to cause social issues. But as part of the creative community locally,
maybe what they were saying is we need a chip festival. In this,
I think so.
In this town.
Or I like the idea that actually it was a very angry vegan, just like eat vegetables type scenario.
Okay. Yeah.
Also, by the way, the difference between a vegetarian and a vegan is the vegetarian doesn't eat meat, and a vegan only eats vegetables. So otherwise, they don't eat products of animals.
Yeah.
And in a good amount of cases.
What do you think about? Are you a vegetarian? You're not. Have you got any sympathy with the vegetarians?
I keep on forgetting what difference between sympathy and empathy.
Well, can you see where they're coming from, these vegetarians? Can you understand them?
I mean, somewhat.
Okay. We've got some new faces. So this is Talkaoke Private Talk Show. We're kind of talking about a few different things. We're talking about, have you ever had a potato thrown at you? We're talking about the question of safety in Luton, but also the question of festivals. We had this idea of this chip festival. Would that be a good way to get the people together in Luton, a crisp and chip festival? Or some wider sense of food festival?
If it's halal. Yeah, if it's halal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you were talking about vegetarianism. Halal, can you tell us what halal is?
Halal is like vegetarian, maybe the meat. It will be halal, but if a Muslim did it, like some of them is halal, some of them is haram.
Right. Okay. What's the difference between halal and haram?
Different thing is the haram is when they cut the meat, everything. Animals. They read some praying things before they cut the animals.
Right.
They do something for it. Yeah. Right. They become a halal.
Okay, so if you do something for the animal, you make a prayer for the animal, then it's halal. Okay. What's that?
It's like kosher, you know.
Like kosher,
it's a kosher
right.
tradition.
Right. Okay.
When you slaughter animals,
Right.
you bless the animal,
Yeah.
or you do it in the name of,
Yeah.
you know.
Then you slit its neck and hang it upside down.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So. So I mean, there's different kind of people have got. I mean, we actually had some vegetarians on the table earlier on, and they were the same people that. Oh, Jarrell? Oh, no, he's gone. Okay. Give us a final thought.
I may as well say that this whole idea is just really awesome.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Would you come back and do it again if you could?
Definitely.
And where? Because earlier on we asked you where would you put this in Luton if it wasn't here? Where would be a good place to put it?
Either a bunch of primary and secondary schools across the country.
Yeah.
Or on a plane.
Okay, yeah, the plane, we heard that already. That was a good idea. Talkaoke on a plane, the highest ever talk show, mile high talking. So that was a very good idea as well. You're full of ideas, so you know if we do it again, we'll obviously have to try and let you know where it is. If you've got one of our cards, so send us an email and we'll tell you that we've got. We've got. Why have you got Theresa May introducing the Chip Festival?
There's that picture of her with chips.
Okay, so you think she would be a good spokesperson for the Chip Festival, and I notice you've got the curry chips there as well.
If chips were made with fox meat, then yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, that's a bit of a political comment there. Okay, if chips were made with fox meat, what? I mean, why do you say that?
Theresa May did try to unban fox hunting.
Okay, I mean, what do you think about fox hunting?
I think it's nasty. You're just chasing foxes around with dogs, and then you shoot them in the end.
Okay, so not very happy about that. Do you think it should be banned? Well, okay, we're at a crossroads now. What do we talk about? Do we talk about potatoes, different kind of dietary regimens? Do we talk about the festival, the Chip Festival? Do we want to talk about safety or something completely different? Where do we want to go with this conversation? Look, we're all around here. Time is ticking away. This is the final session. Where do we want to take this?
I'd like to ask Josh what he thinks should be done to make Luton better in the way of an event or.
Yeah, I mean we've been talking a lot of the suggestions around the table today have been about having events here, but the big problem that we've had, I think, listening to it, is that the events have lacked a little bit of definition of what they should be. Everyone says, oh yeah, we get together, respect each other, have a festival, but we've really failed to get any sort of detail about what that can actually mean. And I mean, Josh, have you got any ideas, any thoughts about this?
Well, I'm a filmmaker, so for me, a film festival would be awesome. And we had a very successful one a long while ago called Film Stock, but that had since certain issues fizzled out. And so something like that, again, I would love. But actually, creativity in general, there's been a few points throughout our past where creativity and creative festivals have done a fantastic job, but then following years haven't been able to follow up quite the same way. And so it'd be really nice to get a consistent artistic festival going.
Yeah. Okay, so it's about consistency as well. Have you been to any festivals in Luton? What's that?
Not really.
No? Would you go to them if they were on? You wouldn't. Why not?
I don't know about that. Really.
You don't like? What don't you like about the festival thing?
I like, but I don't know about the festivals. Like.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
You're not really into it. Okay. What sort of thing do you think would be a good thing to get people together?
Maybe he can't answer that. He doesn't understand. He didn't understand what he did.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
You have to think about it. Think about it, and then come back to me.
I think we should have more advertisements, and maybe they should be a bit more prepared, because last time in the Festival of Light, everyone we had we didn't expect that many people to come, and not that many people could see what was happening around them.
Right. So it's also about how to get people to come to the festival.
Yeah.
If you did have a festival. Yeah. Okay, give us a final thought.
My final thought is it's great to get people talking together. Let's keep talking and trying to solve our problems as a community.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, I think we have made some friends today that I think could actually help us with that. People like Jarrell. So I think we've definitely made a start on this. But what's?
He wants to say something.
Yeah.
He wants to.
Talk about the festival you went to.
Well, why don't you talk? Well,
No, I don't count.
Why don't you count? I mean, what do you think about some of this conjecture about festivals?
Yeah, I think take a seat, quick.
Come on, come have a seat on the
Yeah,
table.
I think festivals are important because they bring.
Yeah.
From the point of view that they bring people together, and I think we're very lucky. Look how busy it is. Look at the buzz. Look at the vibrancy. You don't get that anywhere else. I spent a summer in Stoke city centre, and it was dead. Luton isn't dead. Luton's vibrant. Yeah. And what we need is festivals that bring people together, but with a purpose, like you said, with a purpose. Yeah. So whether it's a music festival or a big spectacular outdoor arts festival or a fireworks festival, something that with a purpose.
I mean, you talk about purpose, and the reason the festival thing came up is because, and we've got some new faces. Just explain, this is Talkaoke pop-up talk show, where people can talk about really whatever they want to talk about. And some of the early discussion was about, okay, we've got lots of different communities, ethnicities, cultures in Luton, but are we curious enough about each other's culture, inviting each other in to what we do? And a lot of people were saying this, and the people came up with this idea of a festival, but is a festival just a bit too superficial? Do we actually find out enough about each other? That's what we were talking about earlier on. And we've got some new faces. What's your name?
Kai.
And
Ethan.
And
Josh. I want to say hello to my mum. Hello, Mum.
All right. Well, okay. If your mum logs on to this website in about a week's time, she'll get that hello. It's a bit like sending a postcard, I suppose. So anyway, so we got, what was it? Kai, Ethan, Josh, and
Noman.
Noman, yeah.
Afzal,
and
Abdul Haq.
what was it?
Abdul Haq.
Abdullah
Fahim
and
Hamza.
Yep. Caroline and Charlie. And I'm Mikey. So that's what we're talking about now. First of all, do you agree with this idea that, not everyone's agreed. Some people have said, no, Luton's a disharmonious place where people don't get on. But I would say just about the majority have said it is. Do you agree that it is harmonious, or is it a disharmonious place?
I think it's harmonious, yeah. Because people from my school, they just know everyone from everywhere. Yeah. Yeah, and that's just like.
Could we go further with it? Could you actually get people more curious and more interested in each other's, where they're from or where they're coming from?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And all right, next question is, how do you do that?
Put on concerts and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so you think the culture is
entertainment and that? Yeah.
The culture's the way to go.
Yeah.
Ethan, have you got a view on this?
Yeah, I think it's harmonious. Just as Josh said, it's like different cultures and different races in our school, and it's and we do really get along pretty well.
Yeah. And could we go further?
Yeah, I think we could. Just if there's new people in our city, then we could just help them and everything.
Yeah. The other people said that earlier on in a way that actually somehow being more welcoming or being more kind of inviting for new people that arrive. Kai, have you got anything to add to what these guys have said?
Well, no, pretty much just what they said.
Okay. Yeah. What about on this side? Anything to add to that?
You want to say something?
You want to say something?
Yeah. No, it's actually for new people to learn from each other new things about the culture. He said the new cultures, so the other people can entertain us and learn new things from it. Yeah. So that we can learn new things, the culture, the new things from the people.
How do you see that happening? What would it actually look like?
It's actually all about respect, to respect other people and your religious and other religions, to respect other people.
Okay.
If you don't respect other people, then you don't respect yourself.
Okay, so there's a sense of growing respect. Give us a final thought before you go, Ethan.
Yeah, I think we can do more to help each other, help people that come from different countries, help them settle in Luton.
Yeah. What kind of things would you think of?
Just don't treat them badly, really.
Okay, so be welcoming, I suppose is the thing.
Yeah.
Josh, have you got a final thought?
Yeah, we can do better. Yeah. They bring more people in.
But I mean, I think everyone wants to do better, but I think the big question, and you've been going on about it all day, is that you want to know how we can be better, how we can actually do things better.
By, like being more welcoming, like more heartwarming, so that people...
Okay, so a bit more heart. Guys, you haven't said anything yet, come and... you haven't said anything... Anyway, well, maybe not,
Being more heartwarming, yeah.
Okay. So more welcoming, more heartwarming. Okay, give us a final thought.
Just for one to welcome and more welcoming, and respect the others, and respect yourself, respect your family, and respect all the whole country and all around the world who people live in this world. Respect them, and do not do anything wrong. That people, why people coming here, and why the people coming here, because they want life, good life or bad life, to come here for a better education from around the world, so that way they're here, and respect them, be nice with them, because they just want to here to help.
They want to contribute, they want to be positive.
Yeah.
I mean, that's certainly what we've been hearing today. Hamza, was you going to say something?
We are a harmonious little town. Those who say we're not harmonious are just jealous that they don't have a nice socialist little town like ours.
Right, okay, so you think we are harmonious. So you mentioned the word socialist. Do you think we are socialists? Okay. Alright, so harmonious and socialist. Luton is socialist. What's happened here? Something's happened. There we go. Do you think Luton is socialist? Anyway, that's better. Here we go. Is Luton a socialist sort of place? And is it harmonious? I mean, to be fair, Hamza, most of the people around the table today have said harmonious, but some people have said disharmonious, and the reasons they've given have been all about this question of safety that we brushed on earlier on, and crime. They talked about gangs and drugs and violence. And, you know, one of the things, is that a fear or is that a reality? Some people have said that's more of a fear than a reality. But nevertheless, that has that sense going on here, and that's the sense of disharmony, I think. What's that?
It happens everywhere, really. You can't say that it doesn't happen in London or in Manchester or stuff.
Well, I mean, that's also been said that it is more of a national phenomenon than just here in Luton.
Yeah, I mean, I think the question is, if it's harmonious, well, where is harmonious? Where is the most harmonious? What does this harmony look like? I want to know what it looks like.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
We are fraternal in Luton, so we have fraternity.
Yeah. Well, can you explain that a bit more?
Okay. I mean, I think people more or less are easy with each other. They're at ease with each other. You know, we haven't got civil war. We haven't got kind of like. I mean, I've been to parts of the world where you have to, where there's armed guards standing and letting people in or not letting people in.
Yeah.
And obviously, we're nowhere near like that. And you know.
Do you think it's we kind of, in a way, those who say it's disharmonious lack that context? That
I think I think it's about context, and I think, you know, nothing's perfect, but within the imperfections, I think I think the best thing about this locality is that people are at ease with themselves and with their neighbours, by and large.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly get that sense today. Come and have a seat on the table of chat. Luton, harmonious or disharmonious? What do you think? I get the feeling it's a harmonious there, but I might be wrong. Okay, so it's about this easiness. Come and have a seat on the table of chat. Gonna come and sit down? No. So, what's that? Just say it on the microphone. Okay. If you've got a question,
I think
even if it's a mundane kind of like logistical question, still.
No, I think obviously the town and the town centre needs a lot of investment.
Yeah.
The infrastructure, the powers that be need to make it look a bit more prettier.
Yeah.
And harmony is also about kind of a visual harmony in its building, in its aesthetic. And I think what we've got is the spiritual harmony.
Yeah.
That's already people more or less are at ease with themselves.
Yeah.
And what we need is kind of like some kind of aesthetic harmony around us.
I mean, different people have had different. Some people have been very pragmatic about it and said that's not important. The human side is much more important. But other people have said, including the very first person that sat down, was kind of upset about the kind of, let's call it architectural disharmony that we've got going on in Luton. But I mean, you know, that's the question I've been trying to find out. How important is that to people? And the sense that I get, maybe because Luton is what it is that it's mostly about people, and I don't think that the people are that bothered because they're Luton. And I was saying to Caroline just a minute ago that, because she was asking me, oh, is this the same as everywhere else in the country? And I'm saying no, actually Luton seems to be very much a people-focused place. But maybe that means that's to the detriment of the buildings and the aesthetics.
I mean, you know, we're quite a big town in terms of population, but we're quite a small town in terms of, you know, our physicality. You know, you can get from one end of Luton to the other in half an hour. It's a very small town centre. So more or less everyone knows each other, or they'll see each other, they'll pass each other on the streets and acknowledge it. So I think that's also that also breeds familiarity. People are familiar with each other and at ease with each other, and I think we are more interested in people. And it'd be great if the environment could improve a bit, but I think a lot of, that's like the icing on the cake. Possibly.
I mean, that's the sense I get. I don't know what you think. Do you think people or buildings are more important? Could we improve the way the place looks? What do you think?
Luton, it could look like not a place that you'd want to be in, but the people here are nice.
Okay.
Unlike other people.
All right.
Buildings are just layers of bricks. Why do you need them around? They can go down easily.
Okay.
What matters is the people around you.
Okay, so you're, I guess, echoing that sentiment that the buildings are not really that important compared to the people. I mean, what do you think?
What about buildings or people?
Yeah, I mean, we remember earlier on in the day we asked Christopher if you had £1 million, because he was saying, oh, it's not a very good-looking place. If you had £1 million, what would you spend it on? And he said, I would first of all spend that money on looking after the homeless people, and then if there was any left over, I would spend it on the buildings. So, and that seems to be the sense of Luton, and that people would rather spend the money on social things, and maybe it comes back to your socialist point that you made earlier on, Hamza, that seems to be what people want to spend money on in Luton. That they might consider, you know, harmonising this vista as a little bit of a waste of money when there's other sort of social things you could do with that money. That's the sense I get from it. I don't know.
I'd like to put something in that big glass box at the top there.
Yeah.
It could be a performance, a stage, a big sound system or something.
Funny enough, Rick's kind of hinted at what that might be. This is Rick's idea, I think, of Luton Plate Festival. Why are there people worshipping plates? What's going on? It's Glastonbury, okay. It looks like there's like 3 giant plates there.
It's to go to the Chip Festival.
It's to go to the Chip Festival. Come and have a seat on the table of chat. This is Talkaoke. Come and have a seat. Come and get involved in this. We have got Charlie, we have got Caroline, we've got Hamza, and okay, you're going to go. Give us a final thought. What's your names?
It's Alim.
And
I'm Zach.
I'm Mikey. Abdul. What was it? Abdul. And what was it again?
Fahim.
Fahim. That's right. And I'm Mikey. So at the moment we're sort of talking about Luton. It's kind of a special place. And at the moment we're sort of saying, come and have a seat. We're saying buildings or people. And a lot of people have said, okay, you know, looking out there, it looks all a bit kind of mishmash. But the sense we're getting today is that people are more interested in each other than what the place looks like. Do you agree with that? Or do you think that we should spend a bit more effort on what it looks like?
We should spend more effort on what it looks like.
Yeah.
Because now it doesn't look that good.
Yeah. What would you change? What would you actually update?
How the building looks and stuff.
Yeah. Is there any particular buildings, just of the ones we can see here, that you don't like or you think could be improved?
Shops around there.
Yeah.
The front ones and
Yeah, just this area here in the front one you can see.
Yeah, you think that could be, yeah?
And the one behind us right there.
Okay. Which one?
This whole building there.
Okay, you're talking about the where it says don't feed the pigeons?
Yeah.
Okay, what would you change it to? Because one of the things is we've got Rick here that can actually visualise that and show you what it looks like.
Probably in like a swimming pool or another library.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe it could be an outdoor swimming pool.
Yeah.
A cultural centre.
A cultural centre right in the heart of Luton Town Centre.
Okay. Is that what you like? So what do you think? Would that work as a cultural centre?
Yeah, it'll get everyone, the whole community in.
Okay. How do you agree with that? Do you think a cultural centre would be a good thing to have?
A cultural centre would be awesome. One thing though, right?
Yeah.
This place, right? If I wanted to pick out the bad buildings in this place, trust me, this is pretty compared to some of the other places.
Really?
I'm telling you straight, man. There's some other places, man, that look a lot worse.
Where's the ugliest place in Luton?
Ugliest places? Oh, don't get me started. There's a lot, bro.
Yeah. But how important is it the way it looks? Is it because I think a lot of people today have said it's more about, you know, if it's a nice place, it doesn't matter how it looks.
How it looks isn't the problem. The thing is, Luton isn't even on the map, you know, as far as anywhere else in England is concerned, you know.
Right. Okay. So it's more about Luton's kind of profile.
Yeah, profile and persona, right?
Okay. What would improve Luton's profile, do you think?
People. We need nicer people in this place.
Right. Okay. All right. So, but would people from the rest of Britain actually see that there's nice people in Luton if there were nicer people? How would they know that Luton's a nice people place?
I don't know. Just I don't know. We get on the map. Map.
Okay.
And we improve our overall reputation, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So how do we put Luton on the map? That's, I guess, the question. Is it by having nicer buildings, by having a cultural centre that the world is kind of envious of?
It needs to be more attractive, like, you know, some other places like London, like tourists come and they see the place and they like it.
Come and sit down, come and get involved. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah. It needs to be more attractive. Like, you need to attract and say, we're Luton, come towards us.
So something that makes Luton more attractive. What would make Luton more attractive? Would it be a cultural centre, the envy of the world? What would that look like, that cultural centre? For him.
Okay.
Give us a final thought before you. Let me get a final thought from you. What's your final thought?
Final thought. Luton sucks.
Luton sucks. But does it have to suck forever? That's the question.
No, we could change it.
Yeah.
We can change it. Invest more money. The government should invest more money.
Okay, so more money invested in what? What will you invest the money in?
In the buildings, the community. Bring people towards the community.
Okay, that's what you think. Okay, so invest in the community more. You're nodding for him.
Yeah, I think you know, it's we can build buildings, and but it's what happens in those buildings.
Yeah.
It's about people, I think.
Yeah.
And I think also, I think towns and cities get a sense of pride when, I mean, if we had a football team that was doing really well and in the Premier League, I think that will generate lots of pride in Luton.
Would it be worth the investment in the football team?
I think so, yeah. Someone needs to invest in the football team.
Okay, so that maybe would bring the pride in a little bit, investing in the football team.
We just need more better players, and then when Luton win matches, they can upgrade their stadium, and we can get to the Premier League.
Would that be a good?
If we win all the other leagues, we can get to the Premier League.
Would that be a good expenditure of money? Would it be a good way to spend some money?
If we had any left, we could give it to charity.
Okay, so start off with the football team, spend the rest on charity. Got a new face? Come and sit down. Come and get involved as well. Come and have a seat. There's no age limit on Talkaoke. So we have got Abdul Haq, and we've got Fahim, and we've got Hamza, and we've got Caroline and Charlie, and
Violet,
and
Emmy,
and I'm Mikey. We're talking about Luton. Funnily enough, we're in Luton. And I guess there's a few things. What would put Luton on the map, do you think? Does it matter whether Luton's on the map, that people from the rest of the world know about Luton? Do you think Luton needs to be that famous, or is it not important for you?
It's already on the map, isn't it?
You're ready? Well, I heard something over there. Come and get it. It's already on the map, you think?
Come on. It's on the map right behind you.
Well, it is on the map here, but we've had to apply the magnifying glass here. Is it on the map enough? Does it matter? Is it important to you whether it's on the map?
I think good places in Luton, so I think people should know about it.
Okay, so people need to know about the good things in Luton.
Yeah.
What are the good places? Give me one.
Jump Arena.
Jump Arena, yeah, we heard about that already. What were you saying? Luton's already on the map.
It's got an airport, it's got train stations.
Yeah.
It's commute to London.
Yeah.
I think it's already on the map.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things that, the reason why we did this is because one of the people that's just gone, I don't know, that's why it's flickering somehow, Rick, I don't know why. One of the things about that is Luton's, it seems that we've got today is Luton's very proud of its people and the friendliness of the people, but it's not something that, you know, when you say to somebody that's not from Luton, they just think, they don't think like very positive, and it's almost like a secret that Luton is actually a nice, friendly place. So, does that matter? Because it.
I think that's an opinion. That's an opinion, really.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what most people. What most people have said, that people that are not from Luton can think what they want. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What do you think? Does it matter what other people from other towns think of Luton?
I don't think it matters.
Okay. Do you think it matters?
No.
Okay, so in a way, I mean, this is a sense where we can get us fixed now, Rick. We get this sense that people don't really care what people from around.
Nobody likes us, so we don't care.
Okay.
It's like the Millwall football song.
Yeah. Okay. Is that true? Nobody likes Luton?
I don't think many people like Luton.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, but you don't care.
No.
Okay. So I mean, does Luton then need to worry about being on the map? Do you think?
No.
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 It's just for people like around to come here.
What's that?
It's just for people to come here, like if they want to.
Okay, so it would encourage more people to come, maybe, if Luton had a better perception. Maybe, yeah. But do you want people to come and share the secret of Luton? What is the secret of Luton? What's the secret of Luton?
We got an airport, 3 train stations. Yeah, and 3 motorway junctions.
But I don't think those things.
Great to get out. It's a great. It's a great place to leave from.
Yeah. Give us a final thought before you go. Well, okay, all right. This is something we've been asking people. If you had like £1 million, or let's go 100 million to spend on Luton, what would you spend the money on?
Charities.
You give it to charity, okay. What do you spend the money on? We've got a Costa already.
I don't know.
What do you spend the money on?
Jam.
Jam? You can get a lot of jam. You can have a whole jam factory for that sort of money.
More for the kids.
Oh, jump. Was it? Or jump? Oh, Jump Arena. Could you have a... Okay, right.
I'd give it to homeless people.
Homeless people? Okay.
No, you wouldn't.
Well,
are you just saying that, or is it true? Yeah, you would do that, okay. Do we believe... What's your name? Do we believe, Violet, she would give that £100 million to homeless people? And what would they spend it on is the next question.
Yeah. Okay, I would, if I had £100 million to invest in Luton, I'd invest it in education.
Yeah.
And education infrastructure for the schools, and then some infrastructure to make the town centre better.
Yeah.
But £100 million on education.
Okay, £100 million on education. Not a giant public artwork, like, for example, the Angel of Luton or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should go to Jump Arena when we're finished here. Check it out. I mean, it sounds like that's
Jump
like
Arena is the place.
It's an interesting, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, how many has anyone made public art sort of in the context of a trampoline?
Well, there's a slide thing,
Yeah.
isn't there? There's a slide thing.
Slide. There's the slide thing exactly. The artist who does slides.
Yeah. Okay, Have you got any slides of that?
There's a soft play area in Barking.
Right, final thought.
Luton rocks.
Okay, final thought.
If you're living in Luton and you don't like it, just leave.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. I think most people do like it though.
I think the future is promising.
Okay. Well, that's one more tick for the Luton is on the up. But I think it's been a very positive. Most people, thank you. Most people have been very positive about Luton today. I think that's been good. I mean, I don't know. Is that a good place to end it, or should we try and just get some tail end comments and ideas from the? Maybe this man's going to give us a final sense of closure. Come and have a seat. This is Talkaoke. 2 minutes. It's 2 minutes. Whatever. 1 minute. So this is Talkaoke Pop-Up Talk Show. We've got Caroline, we've got Charlie, I'm Mikey. What's your name?
Marios.
Marios.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been talking a lot about Luton today and about what is Luton on the up? What would actually kind of give Luton a boost? What does it actually need? Does it need to up its game? Is it a harmonious or disharmonious place? These are some of the questions we've been asking. What do you think about Luton? Do you think it's a harmonious place?
I think so, yeah. And
can we build on it? Can we actually get further with it? Can we actually... One of the things that's been said today is that there's so many different cultures and ethnicities and religions and races in... Are we curious enough about all those different people?
Well, I work with an Asian person, so I'm quite used to their culture.
How do you increase that sense of curiosity of the different cultures, you think?
Well, just ask questions, really, I think.
Yeah. Some people sometimes are scared to ask the questions, do you think?
Yeah, maybe.
So how do you sort of like reduce that sense of fear of asking the questions, of, you know, maybe saying the wrong thing?
I don't know. Sorry.
Okay, anyone else? Are you scared to ask questions?
I was thinking if you could... I'm not that scared, but I was just in my little world thinking about if you could invite like one person to come and perform in Luton.
I'll go now.
Like, all right, well, last question. If you could invite one person to come and perform in Luton, who would it be?
Beyonce.
Beyonce, why?
Yeah, because she's brilliant.
Okay.
Okay.
Beyonce, okay, we'll see what we can do. It might be a bit over our budget. Maybe we can get somebody like Beyonce, but not as expensive.
We could probably get her for £10 million, which was your question before.
Yeah.
What would you spend £10 million on to make Luton better? Beyonce.
I mean,
for one night.
This is not about me and my ideas, but I think that would be a waste of money. I mean, not that I've got anything against Beyonce, but I think let's go for someone cheaper that could still bring in the crowd. Come and have a seat. This is Talkaoke. Should we bring Beyonce to Luton? Yeah.
Who would you bring in, Mikey? Who would you like?
You know who I would bring in? That's a difficult one. I don't know. I would delegate it to Rick. Rick, who would you bring in? I don't know. Maybe Romelu Lukaku for Luton Town, to help them have that sense of pride.
You wouldn't get him for £10 million. Maybe for like a few games for £10 million.
Yeah.
Through 4 games.
4 games. Yeah, it would be a bit of a waste of money. That's probably the worst idea ever. I don't know. I really don't know. It's not as easy as it seems, you know.
To spend £10 million on something?
I mean, you've seen that film where the guy's got to spend a whole load of money. He has a hard time spending the money. It's hard. I'm going to turn the mirror. Who would you bring in?
Who would I bring in?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a hard one, really. It is a very hard one. I think I'd try and bring in a whole load of different people. It was just
bring in a team of people.
Almost like a WOMAD thing, but in Luton, to try and get lots of different.
Yeah. A WOMAD, Luton WOMAD.
Yeah.
This is Talkaoke Pop-Up Talk Show. We are about to close down, but we're just getting those final thoughts.
Rockstar, right?
What's that?
You want to talk to a rock star?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah?
You don't know who I am?
No.
Who do you think I am?
I don't know, a citizen of Luton?
Who do you think I am, man?
No idea.
What do I look like?
Okay.
You look like a pop star. You come. Pop star?
Okay. Anybody? Charlie? Any thoughts?
Yeah. Is it?
Would I look similar like somebody that you might know?
Ozzy Osbourne? Ozzy Osbourne, is it?
Yeah. Come on have a seat. Come on, give us a couple of minutes.
You really think that I'm Ozzy Osbourne?
A bit, maybe a bit, maybe a bit.
I am Ozzy's half brother.
No way.
Well, maybe Ozzy Osbourne would be a good person to.
How do you know Ozzy?
Okay, come and have a.
You listen to heavy metal?
Not really, no. But I mean, he's a famous figure.
Do you know who Ozzy is actually?
Not really. And we were talking about Ozzy Osbourne last week, weren't we? On in Harrow. Come and sit down. Come sit down. Tell us about it.
You ever heard about Black Sabbath?
Yeah.
So what's your name?
Ozzy is the lead singer for Black Sabbath.
Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know.
Heavy metal band. Ever started in England, right here. My half brother, live in LA right now, but he born right here.
In Luton?
No, he didn't born in Luton. He born in
Birmingham. He's from
Birmingham. He got mansion over there, but he live in LA. He got mansion in LA.
Yeah.
He was right here in London last year with Black Sabbath band and other bands. He was playing in a, how you call that park where the metal bands play.
Yeah. Can I just ask you?
Last year, but I could not see them there.
Can I just ask you, what would Ozzy Osbourne bring? Would he bring anything? Would he do anything for Luton if he came to Luton? What would he do?
I don't know. I don't know.
Do you think he could?
He won't come here. He won't come here.
What about if
he might come here? I don't know.
What about if we paid him £10 million?
He's gonna walk right here by himself.
Would he come for 10 million?
I don't know. He don't need no million because he got a lot of them. And I have some of them myself.
Okay. So
I have some of them myself.
Some what?
Some of the million myself.
Oh, okay, okay. What, I mean, could you spend some of this money on? What would you spend it on?
I'm not spending nothing, man. I'm just keeping them in the bank.
Okay. I mean, come and have a seat. Come and get involved in this. We've got Caroline, we've got Charlie, we've got Ozzy's half brother. What's your name?
Oz.
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 O-Z. Oz.
Oz.
That's my name. Oz. That's my name.
O-Z.
Yeah, Oz. That's
Oz.
it.
Okay.
That's it.
So we got Oz and Mikey. I don't know. I sort of feel like we're kind of coming to the end of this now. I don't know. What do you think, Rick?
So what channel
yeah.
you are?
This is there we go. You can. There we are. That's our card. I don't know. Have we got any final thoughts on this one?
But let me tell you something. I had a band in America. I had a band in the United States called Ballistic.
Yeah.
I used to be a lead singer for heavy metal band. I'm a lyric.
Yeah.
I write lyric and I sing.
Yeah.
I have 12 songs right now to go. I'm looking for a band right now at this moment.
I mean, do you think? I mean, is there a big heavy metal scene in Luton?
Yeah, there's some kind of heavy metal band. They play in Castle.
Right.
They play in Castle Fest every year. It was just last Saturday.
Right.
It was about 20 something bands over there.
Okay. Do you think, one of the questions we are, and this is, do people misunderstand heavy metal? Do you think?
Listen, you have to be born for that.
Right.
You have to be born for that. If you're not born for that, then you don't know what that is.
Okay, so it's more about a thing that you either like it or you don't. It's part of your destiny.
Don't get me wrong. I also got some in my CD, in my new CD. I also got some mild song, like a classic song, but it's only 2.
Yeah.
So any other song that I got in my CD right now?
Yeah.
10 of them, they're all heavy, very heavy people marching, you know, like heavy. You're not gonna understand words that I say until you know the lyric.
Yeah.
You cannot understand. The only thing that you might understand
is the
sort of principal words.
Feeling,
the principal words. For example, I wrote a song. It's called "Die."
Yeah.
So this song is very heavy. You know, and the lyrics started kind of like that. I wanted to die, I don't know why.
Yeah.
Heaven don't want me, and hell thinks I'm taking over.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm just saying to you?
We've got a new face to the table. What's your name again?
It's Alim.
Alim.
Yes.
So we got Oz, we got Charlie, We got Caroline and Mikey.
What are we famous?
Well, I mean, to a certain extent, slightly more famous. But you're also sitting next to Ozzy Osbourne's half brother, Oz. Are you into? This is Alim. Alim?
Yes, sir.
Are you into heavy metal at all?
Sort of.
Do you, and do you think it's something that you're born into, or it's something that you can develop a taste for? Do you think?
You could have you could like inherit it if your parents liked it.
Yeah.
Or if you like generally into it.
Yeah.
If you do music, you hear it.
Do you think it's kind of misrepresented in a way?
Yeah, such art is good.
Yeah.
Like sort of like music, that sort of art. You never hear it.
Yeah.
Like that sort of subject.
Yeah.
It hasn't got. It's not produced.
I mean, this comes to a wider question: is like, are people ready in Luton for a wider cultural experience, like different kinds of music or different kinds of art that they've never heard or seen before? Do you think people are ready and open-minded for that kind of thing?
What do you mean?
Like, say for example, somebody came up with a new piece of art in Luton. Would people be interested in it? Would they be proud of it, or would they just go?
The thing is, Luton is like a city where there's like gifts and stuff will never come out that much.
So people wouldn't necessarily take notice of it, you think?
No.
Okay.
But if it was somewhere in London, then yeah.
Okay, so people wouldn't necessarily take note of some new piece of art or some new type of music. And then what do people think about that? Would they be sensitive?
One more thing.
Yeah?
Fuck around the pussy.
Yeah, I'm not going to repeat, but he seems to enjoy enjoy saying it, but yeah, well, we seem to be kind of somehow attracted to some of these people.
I cannot understand what.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it feels like we're coming to a natural end, but should we just get some final thoughts?
I think that guy is a nut. He's a nutcase.
Yeah,
I think he's a nutcase.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that.
Yeah.
He said fuck
crazy
or something.
guy.
He was cursing or something. You don't know.
Anyway, so we are sort of gradually winding down. Have you got final thought? Yeah.
No, it's been really good and interesting, and it's sort of a lot more positive than I thought it would be actually, which is good.
I'm surprised and sort of impressed by the level of sociality, maybe let's call it, and the sense of friendliness and relaxedness, but also I think to me that was the thing that I didn't really expect here today. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, I think I was surprised by the general level of friendliness. Yeah.
Any final thoughts, Oz?
About that crazy guy?
Well, no,
just
just
about he's a nut guy. I think
about Luton in general. About
Luton is okay. There's too many crazy people right here because you know why is too many crazy people right here? Because the airport is right here.
Right. So
when they get off the airport, they're stuck right here.
Okay, so what happens is
either sleep in the airport, either sleep right there. By the time they find something to rent, and they got stuck right here.
So you think because of the airport, it's a magnet for crazy people?
So. I think that's the problem.
Okay, interesting. That's an interesting theory. Yeah. Anything else about Luton?
Well, anyway, I like to make a horror movie about Luton.
Right. Okay.
I like to make a horror movie. I have some script for horror movie.
How would it work?
I have some kind of type of crazy horror movie. I like horror movie, and
what would it be though? Zombie?
I'm working right now to make some horror movie myself.
Would it be zombie, vampire, ghost?
No, none of the zombie, none of the vampire. Will be the movie is called The Trail of Dead.
Yeah.
Anything happen in the forest, It started with the college girl, from let's say college girl from Luton.
Yeah.
And go up in the forest, in a vacation, and everything started right there. Everything, they're gonna get murdered, they're gonna get raped.
So it's a bit like a kind of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Not even close to Texas, not close to that.
Like a Bedfordshire Chainsaw Massacre.
Not close to that. There's gonna be in the woods, gonna be some kind of type of hillbilly. They live up in the woods. Escape out of institution, mental institution.
Right.
And they're gonna get these people. They're gonna go hiking. And they're gonna murder them, and they're gonna chop them off, hang them. It
does sound a bit like Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
The police gonna come and they're gonna kill some of the police people.
Right.
and the movie end like that because they're not gonna. The hillbilly people have to stay alive, so there can be a Trail of Dead. Trail of Dead can be Trail of Dead 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so you got sequels planned and everything. Okay, any final?
More of the Trail of Dead, you know.
Any final thought from you, Caroline?
No, nothing final.
Okay, well, I mean, maybe we can, you know, we've got to take some of the seeds of that idea. Maybe making a film together would be a good way to get different parts of the community together and to tick some of those boxes.
I'm looking for some kind of type of people who invest, you know, who want to invest with me.
Okay, well, that we were also talking about that earlier on.
Well, we're not talking about a lot of money, we're talking about small budget people, you know. Everything has been done in the camera, video camera, you know, but not movement, you know, video camera type, the one you're not moving.
So it could be very, very, like this camera here.
This camera, they stay like that. And you're not going to know the difference is a regular one or a video camera one.
Okay, brilliant idea, and we'll try and visualize that as our last visualization.
If you ever remember the movie, this guy, because I live in the United States all my life.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you ever remember the movie that this guy did in America. They make multi-million dollars, 100-something million. It's called the Witchcraft.
Blair Witch Project.
The Blair Witch Project.
Okay, yeah.
You remember that movie?
Oh, yeah,
it's done in a video camera. Everything is in the woods. It's crazy stuff.
Yeah.
You know how much money the Blair Witch Project? You know what this guy did? There was a lorry driver.
Yeah. So Blair Witch Project for Luton. Maybe that could be an idea. It could be. Bedfordshire Witch Project.
They make hundreds of millions.
Okay, we're going to close this down. It's just time to say thanks to Rick for all the visualizations, and that's it for today. Thanks very much.